And I believe a shark virginity is being lost right before our eyes. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wild Seas, and today you're with me, Kieren, on Unleashed Fishing Charters. And today it is the start of the shark season and we are all stoked to get out there and get some reels screaming. So today I've got everything prepared early in the morning. Rods are all set up, ready to go, chum sacks are made, just waiting now for the boys to show up and then we can head out offshore. So yeah, today, what am I predicting? I'm not going to say an overly crazy amount of sharks. We're just like sort of heading into the middle of June now. So things are going to really start kicking off pretty soon. A little bit later starting this year than normal, but that just means that there's going to be more sharks waiting out there when we do get out there. But yeah, we haven't got a crazy amount of wind today or very sharky conditions. It's going to be pretty steady. It's been very hot recently, so I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but hopefully we should get amongst a few for the lads and at least get them at least one each. Prior to today's trip, we've been doing all of the pre-season organisation back at the garage, sorting out all of the shark traces, all of the terminal tackle and everything else that is involved with sharking when you're not out here on the sea. This is the first in the series of Shark Diaries throughout the season, with me showing you my life and all the crazy stuff we see offshore with toothy critters throughout this year. Yeah? Yeah, it's going to be like that today, I reckon. All down here, we'll get
Only one is
none of this.
better.
That's all you're gonna get.
You won't catch nothing on this stuff. Joy of the job. The proper stuff, this. Looks good, doesn't it? Bit of white and bisque. Who's up first, by the way? Come on, where are you two, baby? There he is. Yeah, he's going on your rod. He's probably going to come up in the water with it. There he is. Nice, keep your rod low. Get ready to reel like fuck. See if it floats lighter, so he's coming up in the water with it. Right, yeah, reel like fuck. Reel. Get it? Straight for this bait. There we go. Here he goes. I got the tip on that patch as well. Yeah. When he's up close, like vertical or close to the boat, just go under your arm, okay? Box it under the boat. Beautiful. There he is. birthday, Shark.
Birthday shot.
Happy bloody birthday.
Well done.
I think Reese is going to get some good shots of it. Day one. Mentally cooked. No bloody good boy. Home time. I did our first shark of the season. First one to this boat. So that is something, but not as many as we would like or as I expected. Weird, can't put my finger on it. We had an alright drift. Had a bit of breeze in the end. Water clarity looked very good, like more than good enough to catch sharks in. Unexplainable, really. We covered a fair old distance to see not a lot of sharks. Well, we actually only saw the one. The one that we did see, done exactly as I expected and anticipated. Come in on the surface, hit one of the floats, went down on a bait, banged it straight away. You know, the one we did see looked very confident feeding, but yeah, summit's off today. You know, it wasn't working like it should be. But I know one thing: we'll go again, and we'll definitely catch sharks again. So mentally a little bit cooked today because I know in 2 days I've got to come back out and shark fish again. And from today I couldn't really build a picture of what's going on out here, given that we only had one shark, you know. So yeah, hard one, but that's fishing. Harvey's going to grab some weights out for you to chuck on the rods. Yeah, work up and down through the water column, like, you know, drop down like 5-10 seconds, give it a jig, drop down another 5 seconds, give it a jig. Just try and work out where there's some mackerel in the water column. Ideally we want some mackerel. If not, I've got some baits. We can put some little strips of mackerel on and we'll catch whitings on the bottom for bait as well. This is the most technical bit of shark fishing. There's gimmicks for all sorts of things to put a float on. And yet, the most simplistic way of all works well. So bead, swivel with a little bit of line and another swivel on. That's what you're going to attach your float to. Another bead, tie your trace on. I use a uni knot. 1, 2. And all you do with that little trace, pop it inside your bottle, up tight to the swivel, tighten your lid off, and there we go. And then if you ever get any tangled lines or anything, all you got to do is undo the lid and then you're completely in line to the fish and your lines are free and there's no tangled floats. It's as easy as that. Let's get this one out there fishing.
Bit of breeze.
Yeah, there's a little bit. A little sniff.
A little bit more than the other day.
Yeah. Well, I just saw something already. Luke, come on, Luke. There we go. Just getting some solid pressure on him a minute. Oh shit, coming for this float. Oh no, he's going to wipe us out. That's alright, can't do nothing about it. Yeah, you just keep going. Yeah, I can't do nothing about that. Let's got this one as well. Huh? No. Right, mine's off. Woohoo! Yeah, baby! Harvey, you go underneath. Luke, you come over the top. Keep rod up high. Now keep your rod out wide to the side of the boat. There he is. Not a monster, but it's number one, isn't it? Not very revved up. Beautiful. Hold tight. Good man, Luke. There he is, number one, little whippersnapper. Probably about £30 if you're lucky. Whee! Another day of drifting and yeah, pretty poor result. Relentless effort, chumming all day. Even went against the grain a little bit and actually moved because I was so unconfident. But yeah, unfortunately only found the one shark again. There is a heavy presence of plankton in the water at the minute, and that definitely has an effect. That's a known thing when it comes to sharking, and there is thick red plankton deeper down, but I would still expect to see the sharks above it, but they're just not there in any numbers. I think there is sharks there for sure, but that coincided with the conditions, you know, just not very sharky conditions is making it really hard work, and that is just the way it is. But I know wholeheartedly that I've come out here and gave it like 110%. Like, there has been no shortage of effort on chumming and effort going in, changing things up and whatever to try and buy a bite, and it just hasn't happened. Yeah, going home a bit of a wounded man. So it's 8 o'clock something. I have just got back from sea. Jesus, it was so hot out there today. As you can see, I'm pretty cooked up despite all sunblock and sun protection. It just fries you alive out there some days. It's really hot and settled weather at the minute, not a lot of wind, so yeah, it just fries you alive. But there was a lot of bait out there. Some of it here I'm going to mince up fresh for some chum for the next shark trip. And yeah, I've loaded the freezers up and whatever, and there's a lot of bait going around, so a lot of stuff to make fresh chum with. So let's get that done. Shark one on, nice and early in the day. It's a decent sized fish. Absolute carnage going around floats, under, over, around the boat already. And yeah, it's a good sized fish, even a bit of surface action as well. Oh, there we go. Full shark number 2 at 45, 50 pounds. Number 3. Slow day, a lot of scrap for every shark. Definitely worthwhile when it pulls off. Very satisfactory when that float gets under. Hold tight. Yeehaw! Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh sorry, yeah, sorry. You got it.
You thought you got it in.
There we go. Back to square one.
This
This one's been around the boat probably, I don't know, at least half an hour inside. Finally we got him to take a bait. Makes you think what else goes on down there. And there he goes, he's just banged himself off. So that's the end of today, day 3 of the shark season. It's 25 past 9 now in the evening. Been up since 5, down the harbour since 6. And it is finally time to go home. Boat is locked up. Chum is made for tomorrow. Bait's ready for tomorrow. All the gear's ready for tomorrow. Up at 5 again tomorrow morning, ready to hit the fish again. A little bit of breeze on the go tomorrow, hopefully. That's what they forecast. I think quite a bit of rain though as well. Yeah, it's probably going to knock me for 6. It's raining now, and it's time for me to go home. See you later. Out here today, finally some more sharky conditions. We've got breeze, the slick is working lovely, float's going away from the boat. Finally, looking promising. To start off, we've got a fresh bait already, and we have some extra additions. Not something I see out here too often. These are short fin squid, and look, there's 2 of them, and they're grabbing onto each other, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, don't see these ones too often. Yeah, very cool. Rods have been out like 20 minutes, straight onto a shark. Conditions are much more like it. Banging fish straight away. Really slow moving, powerful fish. Took a deeper rod. Let's see what it is. Takes some line, here he goes. We've just had a massive whale lunge feeding. That means jumping straight out and slamming itself. I saw it first, right in the distance. And boys, what the hell is that? It's massive. Big whale jumping out. Literally like a boat hitting the water and displacing the water. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. Then boof, comes straight out the water again. Absolutely huge animal. Yeah, to clear the water that much, that far away and look that big, it's just insane. That's the sort of stuff we see out here like every day. Nick's hooked up here. Number 3. Jeez, we've gone hours and hours and hours without seeing nothing, and then we've had a double hook up. Nick, move to the back. Here we go, yeah. Come on. Move this rod for him. It's going to kick off again. That one there. Okay, yeah, come under, Nick. Come under. He's going to run. Yes. Yeah, go back.
Go on, Nick. Well done.
Beautiful fish.
Wow.
About, I don't know, 90, 95 pounds, something like that. Very long, solid fish. Morning, guys. So this is the last day of filming for the first episode of Shark Diaries, and officially day 5 of the shark season. Not been off to too good of a start. Fortunately, as I come out through the harbour gaps, there was a big sheeting, like plastic sheeting, obviously under the water, and it got wrapped around the prop. Tried to get off, couldn't. Luckily, good old friend Jeremy in the harbour, he dives boats, and yeah, he done us a big favour, jumped in and got it off for us. So yeah, luckily we can still come out fishing, albeit a little bit later away, but didn't lose too much fishing time. Boys are all on deck, keen and raring to go. Weather wise, not too good. We're straight back again to like no winds, calm seas. Not really what we're looking for. The winds that were predicted for the week didn't really come. There's apparently some later in the week, but yeah, I think it could be yet another hard day to get any number of sharks. No doubt we'll find them, but the numbers of them, who knows. But I know one thing, I'm going to give it 110% to get sharks on the hook for the boys and get those reels screaming, which we love. Let's see how we get on throughout the day. Hopefully a little bit better than how we started. Oh boy! Early one. Go on. Go on.
Yeah, boy.
Now these rods, I get it on. Keep them out for a second. Yeah, do your arm now, boss. Right, walk back, grab that. Yeah, boy, and out wide with your rod. You rod out wide over your boat. Make sure there's no slack in the water. Yes. Woo! Something like that, really. Another boat. Okay, again, out wide, Liam. Not bad, is he? Yeah, he's not too bad, is he? Okay, out wide again, Liam. This time. Way down beside me. Come on, baby, where did you go? Yeah, I see him, I see him. Yeah, I see him. Right there, coming for the float.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's having a look. The other one, I don't know where that one is.
Yeehaw! On again, number 2. Straight after the other one. What? Another 5 minutes after or so, the second shark coming to the slick. Little bit more temperamental this one, but yeah, 5-10 minutes or so. He's on the hook. Tease him on. And I believe a shark virginity is being lost right before our eyes. Now it's fine in your gut whilst he's out there. If he comes closer to the boat, you want to go under your arm.
Got an orange journal. Yeah.
Red journal. What is that bait you've got on there? White tail. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, you ain't called me no shark, so I thought I'd put a big bait out there and see if I can catch myself a dog.
Roasting. So guys, that is the end of today's trip and also the end of episode 1 of Shark Diaries. Man, kind of a soul destroying trip again. We got out there, banged into 2 real nice sharks straight away, and then boosh, the tide turned and we saw nothing for the rest of the day, like not even seeing them. You know, I was hammering in the chum, hammering in the effort, nothing. Yeah, pretty much a mental battle, and that's pretty much how episode 1 and the last 5 days of shark fishing has gone. But that is the joys of being a skipper, I guess. It can be the best job in the world when everything's kicking off and you're putting the boys on the fish all the time. And when it's not, and Mother Nature wants to stab you in the back, man, it's pretty hard, but you've got to put the face on, you've got to go out there and give it 110% every single trip, regardless of how bad your last trip was, because otherwise you're setting yourself up for disaster. Anyway, going into episode 2, the next 2 weeks, we'll see how we get on. I've got a pretty busy couple of weeks ahead, purely because, if you didn't know already, I've got my first child on the way. It's due in about 2.5 weeks' time. So by the next episode, I could be a father, or it might come a little bit later and I might not be a father. I guess you're gonna have to keep watching to find out, because my life's gonna be turned upside down, no doubt. Oh, let's hope this fishing improves. I know one thing, I'm gonna be out there, I'm gonna be doing it again, hopefully finding a lot more sharks for the boys. At the minute, as you can see behind me and you've seen through these episodes, the weather really isn't favourable for it. So hopefully we have a certain change. The water on average is about 4 or 5 degrees warmer than what we'd be looking for this time of year. I'm actually out there trying to find the cooler water rather than the warmer water, which is totally off. It's certainly having an effect on the fishing. It's not just me, other skippers in the area and up the channel are struggling as well. We've ended up with 10 sharks over the last 5 sessions, very, very low for our numbers. Normally this time of year we're looking for like 5 to 15 plus sharks each session. It's hard work. It's hard work on me, it's hard work on the boys. All we can do is go out there and give it our all each time. Until next time guys, cheers and go on.